Alright, so you'll need a drain pan, 1 liter or quart of Mazda High Poise SG1 gear oil. I couldn't find a suitable aftermarket replacement, so you'll need to buy this fluid. A fuel pump, you can get that from a parts store or marine store. A 23 millimeter wrench, a 24 millimeter wrench or socket. I used a socket, but wrench will work too. And a ratchet if you're going to use a socket. So you can see the 2 drain plugs are located on the back of the differential that's facing the rear of the car. So when you go in there, you can see it. Spray them down with WD-40 or penetrating fluid. That'll help kind of loosen out any gunk or anything that could be on them. Always start with the top bolt first, because you want to make sure you can access that bolt to get to your refill. If you can't refill your differential after emptying it, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble, let me tell you. So make sure you take that out first. You see there's the bolt there. Note there's no magnet on it, but I do clean it up, so make sure you just get a clean rag and clean that all up and everything like that. Get it all looking good. Put that aside. And now I'm going to set my drain plug, my drain pan, and we're going to go for the drain plug now. So you can see the bottom plug here. I'm going to take my 24 millimeter and we're going to pop that open. You see it comes off pretty easily. They're not very tight. I'm just going to loosen it out here. Just give me a minute to do that. It's pretty thick fluid. You'll see that in a second. So it'll kind of all come out. It's not a lot in there, so it'll come out, but kind of drain slowly. It's fairly thick. So again, make sure you got the top out first. Make sure you can do that before you get to your bottom one. So you can see it just coming out there. This one doesn't look too bad. I've seen some that look worse on other cars. This is the first CX3 I've done. But you can see this one here doesn't look too bad at all, actually. But it had reached the service interval. Now note the magnet here. This is the drain plug. And you can note the magnet on that one. So clean that up really well. Get all the gunk out of that as you can. So get everything you can from there. So I cut away a little bit here, but it took about 5 minutes to completely drain out. So now I'm just going to clean around where the bolts actually kind of, sit against the differential. Just clean it all up. You can see, note the magnet there, and that goes into the bottom. We're going to close it all up, and I'm just going to thread it by hand. Don't go at it with a gun or anything. That definitely not. Just by hand. And then I'm going to see here. Got my cloth. We're going to clean that up. Just get rid of any excess fluid around or anything like that. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get the torque specs for these. So I'm going to say treat them like how you would an oil drain plug, in the sense you're going to go snug. Make sure it's nice and tight on there, but don't overgo. You don't want to strip it. You strip it, you're going to be in big trouble. So now we're going to take our gear oil, and I'm going to attach that pump that you saw. And put the hose directly in, and we're just going to pump the fluid through bit by bit using the pump mechanism and fill that up. And the idea is that you fill this up until you start seeing fluid drip out, which you'll see here. Like, you're going to fill it there, and it's going to start dripping. When that's your indication, that's essentially your fill line. That's when it's reached its max. So you see, I started the pumping mechanism there, which looks kind of funny. But that's what I'm doing right now, just kind of pumping it through. Now, I did cut away. It took about 5 minutes using the pump to fill it up, and I can see it's dripping out here. I wish I could tell you how much it was. I believe it was a little more than half a liter / quart that went in there. So it's not a lot. So I just took that out when it's done. I can see it's dripping out there, and I'm going to put in the fill plug. And again, thread that in by hand. Wouldn't be a bad idea to put some thread locker on there. I did not, but if you want to, just to make sure they're extra secure, by all means, go right ahead. So I just want to point that out as well. Didn't put that in my things you need as well, but it doesn't hurt to put some, just a light bead onto the threads on there and everything. Re-cleaning, make sure everything is good. Then I'm going to take our 23 millimeter. And the reason I said wrench is because, as you notice there is a piece of the rear subframe, or rear frame, I should say, that's running back there. Can't get a socket in, so you will need a wrench, whereas I prefer using the ratchet otherwise. Thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate all the support out there. Don't forget to throw a like on that video if it helped you, if you found the information useful, anything like that. Make sure to like it. Don't forget to subscribe, help the channel grow, and hit the notification if you want to see more of my videos. If you dislike the video, that's okay, no problem at all, but don't be a troll, alright? Make sure you put why in the comments. I mean, maybe I missed something, maybe I got something wrong, maybe there's something you feel better or you didn't like how I filmed. Whatever it is, put it in there. I make these videos to help people out, so I can only make it better if I get the feedback, but I need the feedback. Just don't be trolling, alright? Otherwise, if you have any other comments, feel free to do so. I answer questions whenever I can. If you want to add something on there, if you have a helpful tip that maybe I didn't cover, I didn't even know about, make sure to put that in the comments as well. I want to thank everyone, and I will see you all next video.